information coming in of another urination shocker on an Air India flight. Clearly, this 70-year-old's ordeal is not an isolated incident. It was the same airline, it was the same ordeal, and believe it or not, in that case, the accused in the case was let off with a mere written apology. So that explains perhaps why there was this attitude or this response coming in from the airline staff. This time around as well, the airline staff just did not bother despite the complaint from the 70-year-old. The airline staff did not take action. Remember, this is the very same airline, Air India, that had faced a similar incident previously where no action was taken. In that case, the accused being let off with nothing but a mere written apology. So now another incident taking place. Remember, when we opened up callers, a lot of passengers also called in, a few who are frequents on these lines also calling up and saying they've had a very harrowing experience, but the airline staff just do not respond. So Arunil, this is not an isolated incident. In the previous case, the accused man was let off with just a written apology, criminal proceedings not being initiated, which perhaps explains why this time around as well the airline staff tried to hush it up.
Well, some tough questions need to be asked to Air India top bosses as well. We hope that Delhi police does so, because this is second such incident which has come to light, wherein this flight was between Paris to New Delhi, and Air India is accepting to the fact that one person, he was again high on alcohol, under the influence of alcohol, and he had also urinated on a lady passenger's blanket. The incident was brought to light. It was reported by Air India officials to the CISF on ground, CISF personnel on ground at the New Delhi airport. But just because the concerned accused over here, he gave out a written apology and he apologized to the lady victim also, he was allowed to go. But in the previous case, it is extremely horrifying, Pratibha, because in that case, there was no apology. Air India in its statement has just saying that we are conducting an internal inquiry and investigation to ascertain whether our crew was actually at fault or no. Imagine the kind of audacity the airline is showing over here. The reason for that is this elderly woman has written in as many words that the crew members were not willing to help her. She brought the incident to light with respect to the higher authorities inside the flight, higher authorities at the New Delhi airport also, but nothing was done by Air India at that time. Only when Times Now has been relentlessly reporting about this incident, only one formal statement has been issued by the airline company. They didn't even divulge the name of Mr. Mishra, Mr. Shekhar Mishra, who's the accused in the previous case. They withheld the name of the accused, saying that it is the right, it is their right to withhold the privacy of their customers. But in this case, this man is an accused. This man literally urinated on an elderly woman, and he was allowed to go scot-free because of the negligence of Air India. And it is extremely baffling. We hope that the investigation agencies and also the DGCA, the regulatory body, ask those right and tough questions to the airline company, that is Air India.
Okay, the accused in this particular case, Arunil, like you mentioned, has been identified as Shekhar Mishra. What are the details that the police officials have gathered so far? Remember, the police officials have been saying that Air India did not want to divulge the details of this passenger and did not want to give out too many details about him, which is why there was a huge delay as well. But in the investigation so far, what do we know of this man, the accused in the case, in this incident where he urinated on the elderly woman?
Well, at present, I'm reporting from Mira Road, Pratibha. We understand that the accused had given his address from Mira Road. In fact, Times Now visited that location also. The neighbors confirmed it to us that 1 p.m. today, a team of Delhi police had come there. They showed them a picture of an individual. The picture was not shared with the neighbors, however, and it was asked to them that whether this person, Shekhar Mishra stays here. The locals said that they have not seen him. In fact, we spoke to the owner of the flat as well. He's saying that he had not given out his house to anybody with the name of Shekhar Mishra. So how come the address in the passport of Shekhar Mishra was of Mira Road? That is again a baffling question and a very crucial question that comes to the fore, Pratibha. Now coming to the investigation as well, we understand that the Delhi police has been saying that there was no complete cooperation from Air India's side. They were not ready to divulge details. They wanted to investigate the case, the Delhi police. However, it seemed like Air India wanted to brush things under the carpet. Was there a cover-up that was being initiated to save their own brand name and their crew members? That is the main question that arises, Pratibha. But this can happen to anybody. This happened in the business class. It certainly cannot happen in any of the class of a flight or any train as well. But this happened on a business class of a long-haul flight from New York to New Delhi, and this incident went unreported for 1.5 months. Only after the woman wrote an emotional letter, basically again being reminded about the harrowing experience that she experienced on that fateful flight. That is when Times Now took the story up, when media started taking the story up. That is when Air India has taken cognizance of it, and that is what is unfortunate.
Okay, all right. Ordeal, thank you for joining us with those details. We're keeping a track of the several questions that still remain unanswered and the investigations that follow, slipping into a